Baby mine, don't you cry. Baby
That
mine.
is Clay Aiken singing to his newborn baby, Parker. And this morning, he's going to be back talking with us about why he became a father and what it is when the mother of your baby is one of your best friends. How do they work that out? How do they raise this child? A lot of questions for him. Yesterday, Clay Aiken talked about the reason he decided to speak out about being gay. His 6-week-old son, the biological child of Aiken and a friend. So we wondered, how do you decide to do that, and how do the two of them make it work?
If one day you discover him,
Clay Aiken has a new reason to sing.
he's lost everything.
Sing to him.
No cars, no fancy.
We don't cry to Daddy, do we?
His name is Parker Foster Aiken. He's 6 weeks old.
Still waiting to hear you sing to him.
His mother is Aiken's friend, 50-year-old James Foster, part of a record-producing duo with her brother, David Foster. He's known her 5 years. She's divorced. He said he's gay. In vitro fertilization led to little Parker, who was born just 6 pounds, 2 ounces.
We get fat like Daddy.
What's he like?
He's a loud one, that's for sure.
Is he really?
He's got some lungs on him. He's had a very interesting first few months between the whole trauma of being born, and he had a little bit of an illness with a little bit of a stomach issue, which he had to have surgery for. But he's doing very well now, and we're starting to get to know him, and he's kind of getting a little personality now. So we're excited about that.
You're going to scream when I put you down, aren't you?
I've kind of convinced myself that the smiles are for me, but it's gas. But you start to see a little bit of a personality, and that kind of makes it worth it.
How'd you decide to do this?
It's something that we discussed kind of as a joke initially, but over the course of a year, we really just decided it's unconventional. Of course, we're not crazy enough to think that it's not unconventional. I grew up in a situation where my mother and my birth father, there was no relationship there, and grew up with a stepfather who I've talked about having a more strained relationship with, and grew up perfectly fine. There are kids who have much worse situations. So two parents who love each other, as James and I do love each other, and who love their son, we think it's just about as healthy as it can get.
Oh, yeah, let it go. Then Mommy can change you.
You haven't disagreed on anything?
Why can't you change him?
Everybody thinks it must be so hard, because if she decides that he should be bathed in cold water.
Yeah, of course we disagree.
Oh, yeah.
Of course we disagree.
How do you resolve that?
Whoever's the loudest. No.
But do you think it's almost easier because you are friends who love each other?
I think it's absolutely easier.
Would be being married?
The truth is, eventually somebody gives in. I mean, just like in any relationship, there's nothing different about it, in my opinion, except for the fact that we're not married.
Give him some fresh air.
Fresh air.
If we ever do disagree, we don't have that heartstring tug thing going on
to get it out the air.
I don't have all the answers, but nobody really does, and we kind of see it that way. I can't predict tomorrow any more than you can, or any more than anybody who's married can.
How are you two working the parenting, the custody, the time?
We kind of look at it as a separated couple in a way who really loves each other and gets along. She lives with me in Raleigh with him at times. I'll live with her in LA at times. She'll live here in New York for most of this year while I'm finishing Spamalot, and we'll kind of play it by ear. We are raising a child because we love the child, and we care about each other, and we respect each other. One day she may find someone, one day I might, but our priority is him.
One day, not yet for you?
One day, who knows? But I'm not going to tell you when it is. So. When he turns 5 and starts school, it's our goal, it's our plan to have him go to school in North Carolina, to kind of go to the same schools that I went to, and be raised in an environment which is interesting. I grew up a Southern Baptist, and I still consider myself one. But there's a stereotype that Christians and people who are religious are completely anti-gay, anti-this, anti-that, and I hate that. I hate that stereotype, because I know so many people who are Christians. I still am myself, who are that and don't represent and are not representative of that stereotype.
You want to take a look at the fountain?
But I still love it where I'm from, and I love the people in North Carolina, and I'm not leaving. I want my son to be raised in the same place because I think, like I said, I have an inordinate amount of hope, and I have an amazing amount of faith in Americans and society and the people who I grew up with and everywhere.
This is my mom when she was 3 months old. They look a lot alike. Baby mine, dry your eyes.
So is this the new happiest chapter of your life?
Close to my
New? I don't know. It remains to be seen. Like I said, I can't predict tomorrow. I can't predict, but having a child, having a son is easily the newest and happiest part of it. You know, my mom said when he was born, she was in the hospital and she was born, and she looked at me and she said, "You never thought you could love anything like this, did you?"
From your head down to your toes.
And I was like, wow, I kind of get what people have been saying all along.
Not much, goodness knows. But you're so precious to me, sweet as can be, baby of mine.
And there's more of the interview with Clay at abcnews.com.